Okay, guys, welcome back. Today I want to talk about why consistency on NoFap it is a game changer. Why? Well, before we get into this, make sure to check out the course. I mean, if you don't know by now, it works. People love it. Everyone's getting to that next level. You don't want to be left behind. You want to become that high level, top level man. And to do that, you need to overcome NoFap because it's the most important part of self improvement. And if you can't invest little money into it, then I don't know, you're just a bit fucking stuck up. So check out the course. It's pretty fucking cheap. I could have charged a lot more for it, but I feel like I want to help as many people as I can. So check it out. At the beginning of this microphone's fucking wobbly. At the beginning of NoFap, I was I was inconsistent ruts. I would fap inconsistently, but I would still fap quite frequently. I'd fap twice a day, and then sometimes I wouldn't fap for 4 days. It'd be fucking weird. It's depressing. Depressing to be stuck in a rut, not really getting shit done, sitting around, and getting no traction. And it wasn't until I finally broke the cycle consistently that was when I kind of escaped my ruts, escaped the mental trap. Once you get more frequent, once you break the cycle more frequently, you're able to kind of bump up to the next level. And that it took a lot of effort, it took a lot of work. It means that you kind of have to your fix your attention. There's so many people that now that have no fucking their attention span is minuscule. Minuscule. I could I could work for 8 hours straight, 9 hours straight, as long as it's something I'm actually fucking interested in. I could do it for 8, 9 hours straight, whereas they will do it for like half an hour, and then they'll be sat on their phone. There's been so many times where I've been locked in, getting work done, because I'm now consistent on NoFap and able to think properly. And I'm able to just do so much shit. But the other people are weighing me down. They're fucking distracting me. Because they've got fucking ADD and all this shit that they're not able to focus. And that's such a shit way to live. Not being able to focus or do things. Because your attention span is fucking minuscule. Like, do you want to live like that? I doubt that. If you do, by all means. But for any normal person who looks at that and thinks logically, no, fapping like a little monkey is not worth being a fucking retard. But once I broke the cycle, then I started achieving shit. Now, as I said in another video, it takes around 21 days to actually break a habit or to start a habit, to break an addiction, about 21 days. And it can, you kind of have to build up to 21 days. It takes time. You have to build it up. Okay, you're a week down. Okay, only got 2 more weeks to go. Oh, you're another week down. Now you've only got 1 week. Oh, I'm only 3 days away. Oh, I'm already past it. Maybe you've not reached the 21-day benchmark benefits, but you're already there. You pretty much crossed the finish line. You're only doing that last sprint, that last few meters before you've crossed the line. And it's motivating. I'm not saying track your days. That's a fucking terrible thing to do. If anyone says that you should, they're stupid. But it takes around 21 days to actually break the habit. Now, it might take a few attempts. It might be like, okay, you broke the 21 day, you broke the 21-day mark. You relapse, you do it again, you relapse, and then you do it again, and then you're finished. That's you. I mean, it's the way I've worded it there is three relapses, two relapses, maybe two or three, and then you're finished. It's that fucking simple. People overcomplicate it. It's really not that hard to get consistent. But the goal is to really normalize your brain, is to get these thoughts out of your brain. So once your relapses are infrequent, once you relapse unfrequently, then you're gonna think about it less. It's gonna be in your mind less. If you're relapsing every 3 days, 4 days, relapsing a few times a day, it's gonna be on your mind. But if you're relapsing once and then it takes 3 weeks and then it's 5 weeks and then it's 3 days, you don't know when the fuck you're gonna relapse. It's not really on your mind as much. And that is the goal. That's the whole point of overcoming it. It's the whole point of NoFap is to reach the point where you're not really thinking about it anymore, where it's happening on an inconsistent basis. Now, what would I recommend? I'd recommend tracking how many times you relapse. So track them. So give yourself a marker. So let's say it's 20 relapses for the month. Write that down on your phone or on a piece of paper. Every time you relapse, take away one. And use up those relapses. I'm not encouraging you. If you are within a few, then perfect. But essentially, what you want to do is every month, drag it down by one or two or three or five, whatever, and get to the point where you're doing it once a month and then you're doing it 9 times a month. And that is the goal. And what that will achieve is the inconsistent relapses, like we've just talked about. I only did this for 4 or 5 months, and then I got to the point where it was infrequent, and I could just really attack the other tips and tricks. I could really attack all the other tactics that helped me overcome NoFap. So that is a great way to do it. Hamza actually was the one that taught me that. He said to track the days you do it, or track the amount of days you do it. So don't track the every day you're clean. I'm saying track every time you've done it, you've relapsed, and then aim to relapse a certain amount of times, or under a certain amount of times. And don't be ridiculous. I was ridiculous. I think everyone's ridiculous with this. Chip at it. Don't be fucking ridiculous and say, "Oh, I'm gonna relapse once," even though you relapse like 8 times a day. No, it's a bit stupid. Maybe like 30 times, something like that. A bit more realistic. And each month, chip at it. Take it down by one, two, three. Doesn't work. You took away three, it didn't work. Okay, take away two instead, or add one on. You get my point. So fucking thirsty, man. Don't understand it. Like I said, once I had gotten infrequent, once I did the method, and I stopped relapsing frequently, and then I was able to try all the other methods. Now, obviously, don't be a retard and don't do all the methods. Try them all out as you go. Try them all at once. That's what I did. But you have to get used to trying all the different methods that other people teach. So, like the ones in the course, you should do immediately because, I mean, I already talk about each thing you should do. So you don't really need to worry about this so much. But if you want to apply other people's tactics and my own tactics that I put onto this channel, do that. Practice. Don't be a fucking idiot and wait until that fateful day where it's inconsistent, because it's probably never going to happen, man. So go on all attack. Go on all guns blazing. Really kind of focus on applying each and every method that has been taught and do them all at once. And once you do that, then I mean you're no longer gonna do it. But obviously, yeah, do this method first, but don't be stupid. Prioritize this method, but don't be a retard and still actually try the methods. Don't just ignore them. Don't don't make excuses for not doing all the other things. So I was don't have an example in my head. So finding a purpose, for example, still find a purpose. Don't be fucking sitting around. Oh, I don't need to find one because Ruben said I can just count how many times I do it in a month. No, fuck off. Just still do it. Don't be stupid. Like it's not rocket science. So still do it. Still apply every method, but really prioritize this one. And once you're doing it inconsistently, then you can just kind of release the hounds per se. Release the hounds, really just attack NoFap. And then there you go. I've literally solved one of life's greatest mysteries. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and comment down below any suggestions, any topics you'd like me to go over on NoFap, and I'll have a look. Have a good day.